Where do you see all of this going? Like all of this AI tooling going and tools like Docker Model Runner, like what I know it's kind of hard to predict with how fast everything is moving, but like do you have any thoughts on where all of this is going?
I could give you thoughts, but yeah, it's hard to predict as well. You know, the sky's the limit because the technology
Mm.
is so powerful and it's moving
Mm.
so fast. Who knows? But one thing I've noticed is the kind of first version. I feel like we are kind of entering a new era because at the start everyone was like ChatGPT. It was just like simple chatbots.
Mm.
And now we're doing things like image generation, as you talked about. That's the technical term for that is stable diffusion.
Mm.
Uh, that's come on so much in the last year. You have RAG, you have people throwing documents at LLMs, you have people um, giving it video feeds or still images and processing that as input. You have you brought up the voice recognition example.
Mm.
Um, there's actually a cool open source project for that, Whisper CPP, which I won't go into, but that's pretty cool.
Mm.
And what's really powerful is when you combine all those things together.
Mm.
Um, we call that multimodal, which is um, which is really cool. Hugging Face have this little mini robot. Actually, I can't remember their name, but it's really cool. It's Raspberry Pi powered, and it's trying to do that. Actually, take various kinds of inputs. It has a mic. It has you know uh, cameras, etc. And you can do cool AI stuff with that.
Mm. Mm.
And outputs are changing, right? Before outputs were just text. Now they're like videos, images, sound, robots. So yeah, it's really hard to say. One thing I have seen that's getting more popular is AI at the edge. Like at the start, it was all about user centralized server
Mm.
um, from ChatGPT, OpenAI, or whatever. But now what's starting to become a little bit more popular is I keep on going back to your doorbell example because that's a really good
Yeah,
example.
so
And
good.
yeah, it's bringing like AI closer to the actual end user, so you can achieve those low latency. Because when
Mm.
you get that really low latency, you opened up another whole world of more kind of like real time performance.
Mm. Mm.
So I don't know. There's so many different things going on. It's hard to pinpoint one.
Mm. Well,
I didn't
what
even go into I didn't even go into agents. Agents is this whole thing that's
go
exploding
right
in
into it. Yeah,
popularity.
that's totally fine. Let's talk about that.
Agents Agents is a concept. OpenAI released an agent toolkit
Mm.
like yesterday.
Mm.
Um, I can't remember the name, but we at Docker found that really interesting actually because
Agent Kit.
agent kit, yeah, Docker has something called C agent and D agent,
Mm.
which is this, which is almost the same concept, but we just released it a little bit earlier, so we found that interesting. Those projects are also fully open source, by the way, but
Mm.
agents is Agents is kind of scary. I used to work with this guy, Dan Walsh, and he used to compare it to the Terminator movie. And
That's always good. Yeah.
no, the reason is Agents is kind of giving AI access to tools.
Uh
So
huh.
that might be giving it access to run things in a little sandbox or a container or
Uh
giving it uh, access to control a certain portion of your desktop.
huh.
So it's kind of like giving it hammers and screwdrivers and things like that. So yeah, there's this really cool tool. I think it's called Copilot Agents.
Mm.
Yeah, and you can tell GitHub to like, oh, just write me code about this,
Oh
and
yes, yes, I do remember hearing about this.
it literally uses like the GitHub CI build servers, the Linux servers, and it'll
Mm.
start writing testing code, checking if it's done things correctly, and keep iterating.
Mm.
So
Mm.
yeah, it's rather than just like being chatbots with a human kind of going over and back,
Mm.
just leaving it run free and giving it access to tools and seeing what it does.
Uh huh.
That yeah, that's kind of the concept of agents. Um, and Terminator is probably the extreme example, but you get the comparison.
Mm. Yeah, let's hope less Terminator and more what's a robot movie that went well? Uh that's a tough one actually.
Inspector Gadget? I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I keep coming with ideas and like, no wait. Then the second half of the movie happens. No, we can't use that one. So
Yeah,
I guess
exactly.
it takes the idea of, we've had these like AI assistants for a long time now, but they really have like they've just been this sort of conversation partner. This is turning it really into an actual assistant. It is someone who can help you out with a task and actually try to complete it.
Yeah, without constantly giving it instructions, it'll by trial and error trying to figure out things
Mhm,
itself. And
mhm,
I know this is gonna sound like I'm trying to plug Docker everywhere, but this is actually why containers can be useful also, because obviously you don't want these agents doing things that they're not supposed to.
mhm.
So often people put agents in containers because once you have it in a container, you can restrict the set of privileges it has. So you know it's not capable of escaping the container or having access to privileges that it really shouldn't really have access to. So
Right,
it's
right.
another reason why containers and AI kind of gel together.
Mhm. You don't want it to be, deleting files that you don't want it to delete, or things like that.
Exactly.
No, that makes a lot of sense then. So it's sort of this like Docker being involved in this is kind of just it's a sort of natural extension of what Docker was already doing. It's people want the ability to run these models and then run these agents in a safe way, and Docker was already providing that, so it kind of just makes sense to sort of bring this into Docker as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. At the end of the day, these are yeah, it's just a new type of tool, right? That's the way I see it. And
Mhm,
but these tools are super powerful, so I I think that makes encapsulation even more important
mhm,
in containers and sandboxes. And there's also other side reasons, like Docker were really good at transporting huge files,
mhm.
which you kind of need to do when working with AI also. So yeah, the technology is kind of fit in multiple ways.
So you've mentioned these huge files a couple of times. How big are the model files that people are generally running locally? Obviously, again, there's different models of different sizes, but you've seen the ones that people are mainly downloading.
Yeah, it really varies. It really varies on what kind of hardware people have and what kind of bandwidth or whatnot. There's some really small models, and small models are useful actually because you get that low latency because
Mm,
they don't have it. That doorbell example is a good example of where you'd want a smaller model. So models can be as small as 100 megabytes, but I mean the super intelligent models can be as large as 100 gigabytes. So
that's not
it
even that
really varies.
much. Like that's less than I would have thought.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess I guess they don't go into the terabytes yet because when you load these models, you typically have to load them into kind of VRAM of sort.
Oh, right.
Yeah, yeah. So we don't really have too many GPUs with a terabyte VRAM yet.
Uh
I'm
huh.
sure that's coming though, you
Oh,
know.
certainly. Yeah.
So that's kind of the reason.
Yeah. I don't know if you ever seen the graph of Nvidia's revenue. It was like mostly gaming, and then it hits about 2020, and then the data center just takes up the entire graph.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. And they're going into all sorts of areas now, like automotive, because AI is getting important there as well. So yeah,
Mhm,
it's crazy. They
mhm.
used to be kind of a gaming company, and it's like, but yeah, now they're like the biggest player in the world. It's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. And as everything else grows, like, if you're the one selling the shovels in a gold rush, you're gonna be coming out pretty well pretty well through that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. That's kind of what we're doing at Docker. Yeah, we're not selling GPUs. We're more kind of selling you shovels so you can use your GPUs.
Mm, mm.